the Dark Messiah is not above implicit threats. It was the opening day of the festival, and a long line of people waited for me to troubleshoot the various firestorms. Jacob's insistence on meeting in my office, despite the time crunch, was the latest in a series of power plays that began immediately upon his appointment as chair. I'll talk to HR about transferring Samantha to another executive, at least until the end of the festival. I can make do with an intern as my EA for the next 10 days, I said slowly, not wanting to appear eager for an outcome I'd give my John Cassavetes collection to make happen. That would be a demotion, and demotion without cause is grounds for a constructive dismissal case. You should know the intricacies of employment law if you're going to manage an organization this size, Jacob said, making a deliberate motion of looking down at his manicured hands so as to avoid bearing witness to my management faux pas. $100 million in assets? We're a target. Neutral face, Jane, I told myself as I swallowed the fuck you lump of bile in my throat. Well, you felt the need to bring this conversation up today, I said finally. Is there a particular short-term solution you're driving toward? It's not up to me to tell you how to do your job. I'm just alerting you to the situation and letting you know that the board is watching, he said, rising to his feet. And to offer any assistance to you, of course, he added, reaching out to shake my hand. His flesh was as cold as I imagined it would be, although also sweaty, which was an unwelcome surprise. As soon as Jacob left, I dialed my partner Bob's cell, then his direct office line, surprised when both went straight to voicemail. Hi, it's me. Please call back. Darth Vader made an appearance. I could use that strategic mind of yours. Otherwise, no later than 6:40 tonight. Black tie. Our COO's booming Scottish accent rounded the corner of my office before Bert himself did. We need to cancel tomorrow's screening of State. An emergency injunction has been issued after someone filed a complaint that it's hate speech. No great surprise who will be behind that one, he growled, refusing to look back at Victoria, our VP of Development, who hustled in behind him. She barely made it to his shoulder, but was twice as tough. Victoria used boxing lessons as a relaxation tool. Finally, someone shown some leadership. Hate speech? I said, incredulous. How? Detestation and vilification that will expose a target group to abuse or delegitimization, thus rendering them lawless, unworthy, or unacceptable in the eyes of the audience, Bert said, reading from his phone. I shook my head. The Chinese government is going to be delegitimized by a film screening in Toronto? Sounds about right, Victoria said. That settles the matter. This argument had eaten its own tail for months. I honored the pledge you and Paul made to exclude State from the special showcase, I said. But you know I never agreed to ban the film altogether. You understand, right, that it takes $50 million a year to run this fucker? Victoria was gearing up for a fight. I admired her tenacity to do whatever necessary to get her job done. At the same time, I objected to some of her tactics. But she and Bert were diametrically opposed to each other's position on this issue, and a blowout would serve no one well. You and your team do an amazing job fundraising the yearly budget. Cut the shit, Jane. You want the art house directors like Yin Lee to love you? Great. Have as many non-fat green tea lattes with them as you want. Hell, program State every day for a year after the festival closes for all I care. I agree. The film's a punch in the gut. Chinese corruption sucks the mother load. Yin Lee will win an Oscar. But the Chinese government gave us $10 million for this showcase, and they don't want a film highly critical of them to screen while they're in town. It took us 5 years to make this sponsorship happen, and if you fuck with it, I'll fucking hang you. How much wood would a wood fuck if a wood fuck could fuck wood? Bert's scorching tone bounced off Victoria's hide without me.